in my last video I made this small, low Roman workbench. And to be completely honest with you, I haven't started a project on this bench, and there are kind of two main things that are stopping me from doing it. Number one, I've got my big bench over there, so you might think, oh well, if I've got this big bench, then why on earth did I build such a small bench? Because I wanted to see the benefits myself of being able to be above your work rather than being level to it. And secondly, this is just a bench. It has no accessories to go with it, so it is a bit impractical at the moment. But do not worry, this is why this video is being filmed, so we can make various accessories and improvements to make working on this bench a little easier. Right, so let's just start off with the benefits of this bench. And it handles cross-cutting really well. In fact, it handles it better than my usual bench. So all you need to do is to have one clamp and just clamp on your board. And then, if I grab my saw, I need to put my foot on there, and then I can just cut. Very quickly, and much quicker than I would be able to on my normal bench. Now, ripping is a little bit more difficult, and on a past take of this video I was showing how to rip a board down, and I completely fell off the bench. Yes, I stood up on the bench and it tipped over and I fell off. Don't worry, I was not injured, but it was a bit of an inconvenience. But to be honest, I really don't do that much ripping, and by ripping I mean along the grain, so it's not really a big deal for me. Now, something else that we're going to have to do quite a lot on this bench is making joints, and there's a really simple joint making device. This is called a bench hook, and it's really simple construction. It's just a board with a block screwed and glued on there, and another block on there, but these are at 90 degrees. So if I hook that on there, and I grab my board, and I sit on it, I can saw with it really easily. But you might be able to tell, I am sitting right at the end of the bench when I use this bench hook, and that is because the bench hook is really quite large and it's designed for my other bench. So I think the first thing that I need to do for this bench is just make a slightly smaller bench hook. Okay, here we go. Here's my absolutely diddy bench hook. Now, from end to end, it is measuring 11.5 centimeters, which is much better than my old bench hook. You can really see the difference here. Right, can you see the problem here? There are only 3 tools on this bench: tensile, clamp, and a carpenter square. And the bench, it is already covered in tools. So I think what we really need to do is make a shelf underneath the bench where we can store some of our smaller tools. Now, if I'm chiseling on this bench, there's absolutely nothing to stop me just moving my piece of wood around when I hit it with the chisel and mallet. So, what we're going to do is take 2 large dowels. Preferably they would be a bit longer, but these are all that I could find. And I'm going to drill a hole in the ends of the bench so these can slip into them nicely. So now I can tap in my bench dogs just with a mallet. Then I can get my piece and I can interlock the piece between those 2 dogs. So I can do it like that, or I could just do it like that. And to be honest, I could probably just chisel out a joint how it is at the moment. Or I could reinforce it just with a clamp. So those are my 3 main improvements to this bench. So the bench hook, the storage shelf underneath, and of course the bench dogs. I reckon there are probably more things that you could do to improve this bench, but I just went with some of the most important improvements. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you have enjoyed the video, it would be awesome if you could like this video, and even more awesome if you could subscribe. Okay, thank you so much, and I'll see you on my next video.